Jungkook and Park Jimin's performance at Goyang Day 2 really became one of the most talked about moments by BTS fans, especially ARMY around the world. Since the beginning of the show, the atmosphere has been different. The enthusiasm of the audience was so high, but no one was really prepared for what would happen when the two members went on stage and showed the other side of their charm, which this time felt much more warm, intimate, and even romantic. Since their first appearance on stage, cheers instantly echoed throughout the venue. Jungkook appears with a strong aura of confidence, while Park Jimin exudes a distinctive soft charm. But what made the night different was not only their visual appearance, but the interaction that existed between the two throughout the event. In some moments, the two were seen throwing glances at each other that made fans immediately speculate. A brief look that seemed full of meaning was successful in making the ARMY hysterical. In fact, the camera that captured a close-up of their expressions showed a small smile that could not be hidden. Little things like this actually become the subject of big talk on social media. Not only that, the chemistry between Jungkook and Park Jimin also seemed to get stronger as they performed several parts of the performance together. In one segment, the two had to stand very close to complete a certain choreography. Instead of looking awkward, they actually seem very comfortable with each other. Their movements are synchronous, their expressions are in tune, and the energy they radiate feels so natural. The moment that made the most excitement was when Jungkook spontaneously approached Park Jimin with a smile. There was no long dialogue, only a brief interaction, but enough to make the entire venue filled with screaming fans. Many considered the moment one of the best fan services of the night, while others saw it as a form of real closeness between the two. In addition, there is also a part where Park Jimin is seen paying attention to Jungkook with a very gentle expression. As Jungkook finished his piece, Park Jimin gave a small pat, while smiling proudly. This simple interaction actually makes many fans feel touched because it looks so sincere. Not stopping there, the atmosphere heated up even more as the two engaged in a casual session on stage. During the session, Jungkook had teased Park Jimin with a light comment that was immediately greeted with laughter. Park Jimin replied with a shy expression, which only made the atmosphere more lively. Many soldiers then flooded social media with various pieces of video and photos from these moments. Hashtags related to their appearance on Goyang Day 2 immediately trending in a short time. Not a few also make a compilation of their interactions, complete with an analysis of expressions and body language that are considered to indicate a special closeness. This phenomenon shows how strong Jungkook and Park Jimin influence fans. They are not only known as talented performers, but also as individuals who are able to create an emotional connection with the audience. Every movement, look, and smile can have a big meaning in the eyes of fans. However, behind all the excitement, it is also important to see that the closeness between Jungkook and Park Jimin has indeed been established for a long time. As fellow BTS members, they have gone through various moments together, whether in training, touring, or everyday life. This makes their interaction feel natural and not artificial. The appearance on Goyang Day 2 seems to be proof that the relationship continues to grow and get stronger. For some fans, romantic moments seen on stage become something fun to enjoy. But for others, it is also a reminder of the importance of togetherness and trust in a team. At the end of the event, Jungkook and Park Jimin expressed their gratitude to the fans who had attended and supported them. With great warmth, the two showed a sincere sense of appreciation, which once again made ARMY feel even closer to their idols. Goyang Day 2 was closed with a deep impression, not only because of the outstanding quality of the performance, but also because of the meaningful little moments between Jungkook and Park Jimin. It is this moment that then continues to be remembered and talked about, even after the end of the event. In the end, what happened in Goyang Day 2 was not just an ordinary performance. It was a combination of music, emotions, and relationships that were so strong, both among the members and with the fans. And for ARMY, that night will always be one of the most special moments that are hard to forget. Since their first appearance on stage, cheers instantly echoed throughout the venue. Jungkook appears with a strong aura of confidence, while Park Jimin exudes a distinctive soft charm. But what made the night different was not only their visual appearance, but the interaction that existed between the two throughout the event. In some moments, the two were seen throwing glances at each other that made fans immediately speculate. A brief look that seemed full of meaning was successful in making the ARMY hysterical. In fact, the camera that captured a close-up of their expressions showed a small smile that could not be hidden. Little things like this actually become the subject of big talk on social media. Not only that, the chemistry between Jungkook and Park Jimin also seemed to get stronger as they did some performance parts together. In one segment, the two had to stand very close to complete a certain choreography. Instead of looking awkward, they actually seem very comfortable with each other. Their movements are synchronous, their expressions are in tune, and the energy they radiate feels so natural. The moment that made the most excitement was when Jungkook spontaneously approached Park Jimin with a smile. There was no long dialogue, only a brief interaction, but enough to make the entire venue filled with screaming fans. Many considered the moment one of the best fan services of the night, while others saw it as a form of real closeness between the two. In addition, there is also a part where Park Jimin is seen paying attention to Jungkook with a very gentle expression. As Jungkook finished his piece, Park Jimin gave a small pat while smiling proudly. This simple interaction actually makes many fans feel touched because it looks so sincere. Not stopping there, the atmosphere heated up even more as the two engaged in a casual session on stage. During the session, Jungkook had teased Park Jimin with a light comment that was immediately greeted with laughter. Park Jimin replied with a shy expression, which only made the atmosphere more lively. Many soldiers then flooded social media with various pieces of video and photos from these moments. Hashtags related to their appearance on Goyang Day, two immediately trending in a short time. Not a few also make a compilation of their interactions, complete with an analysis of expressions and body language that are considered to indicate a special closeness. This phenomenon shows how strong Jungkook and Park Jimin's influence is on fans. They are known not only as talented performers, but also as individuals who are able to create an emotional connection with the audience. Every movement, look, and smile can have a big meaning in the eyes of fans. However, behind all the excitement, it is also important to see that the closeness between Jungkook and Park Jimin has indeed been established for a long time. As fellow BTS members, they have gone through various moments together, whether in training, touring, or everyday life. This makes their interaction feel natural and not artificial. The appearance on Goyang Day, too, seems to be proof that the relationship continues to grow and get stronger. For some fans, romantic moments seen on stage become something fun to enjoy. But for others, it is also a reminder of the importance of togetherness and trust in a team. At the end of the event, Jungkook and Park Jimin expressed their gratitude to the fans who had attended and supported them. With great warmth, the two showed a sincere sense of appreciation, which once again made ARMY feel even closer to their idols. Goyang Day, too, was closed with a deep impression. Not only because of the outstanding quality of the performance, but also because of the meaningful little moments between Jungkook and Park Jimin. It is this moment that then continues to be remembered and talked about, even after the end of the event. But the story does not stop there. After the event was over, various reactions from fans continued to appear on various social media platforms. Many admitted that they still couldn't move on from the brief interaction between Jungkook and Park Jimin. In fact, some fans began to review every second of their performances, looking for small details that might have been missed during the live broadcast.